Hello and welcome back to Chubby Farm and of course to Stardew Valley, and welcome to fall. The very first thing that I want to do today, because we do have a very busy day today, is go ahead and just deal with our animals. Get that out of the way so that we don't have to worry about it before we go ahead and plant, or buy and then plant so many crops. So that is the very first thing we are doing, and honestly I'm not going to really worry about too much else on our farm apart from this. Although I will harvest the legend row because, you know, that's just really good money and it would be it would be silly not to. So let's grab out our cheese, go ahead and throw the rest of this milk into our cheese presses, and then we can move on with the actual plan for today. I will first, like I said, go ahead and grab that legend row, and then I am throwing down a whole bunch of iridium sprinklers. I'm not going to get this full field done this season just because it's massive and I still have a level 1 watering can. But, you know, we'll get a lot of it done. We do also have a large egg of each color now that we can throw into this chest. They can be donated to the community center. And honestly, we don't have really anything for energy, so I'm just going to keep this cheese on me. I will go ahead and grab some iron ore out and start that smelting up while we harvest the rest of this iridium that we need for some of our sprinklers. I actually don't think we need it. I'm only going to make 10 sprinklers for today. That should be enough. And then we can go ahead and throw this legend. No, I do not want to eat that. I would like to put that in a preserves jar, please. Thank you. All right. With that done, I am going to grab myself 9 of these because we already have one. That'll make a total of 10. I also need to grab out an additional scarecrow. I'm going to use my rare crows and one of the original ones that I have on my farm to do this. And then from there, it is a matter of clearing all of this out, picking up my sprinklers, redoing my hoeing for the day, and then we'll run into both Pierre's and the desert and get all of the seeds we need. So we'll jump into a quick time lapse as I get this field all organized. And that is the field pretty much hoed up. I did not mean to hoe this whole section over here, but you know what? It is what it is. And then from there, I am just quickly going to grab out my weathered floor so I can place this at least under my scarecrows because I need a scarecrow to be there. Throw a scarecrow down there. We will throw a scarecrow down here. One there, and then one normal one, which will need to be picked up, and one there, and that should cover that entire field for now. All right, with that done, I am going to throw the rest of my sprinklers, honestly, just straight in the shipping bin. I think that is absolutely fine. Decorations, we can throw this back for now, and then we are heading directly into town. I am going to grab a triple shot espresso for this just so that I can move a little bit faster, although I don't think it's 100% necessary. We do have a little bit of time, but of course we still need to water all of those crops. So yeah, it's a decent amount of stuff to do. The first of the month is always busy, but we'll head directly into Pierre's. I have a shopping list ready to go. I'm just going to buy everything and then I'll go over everything that I bought after that. So this will be a little time lapse of me buying all of the things. All right, so this is what I've got from Pierre's. We have 5 amaranth seeds, we have 4 bok choy, 5 eggplant, 15 fairy rose, 4 yam, 5 sweet potato, 19 pumpkins here, an additional 24 pumpkins over here, and then 144 cranberry seeds. Now, we just need to head to the desert, and honestly, I probably should have just brought a warp totem with me. That would have been much, much easier, but that's okay. We can grow back to the farm, or we could just take the bus up, to be completely honest with you. Let's do that. That's probably going to be a little bit quicker. And then all we're buying from Sandy in the desert is 15 beet seeds. And that should be all of the crops we need. While we're here, I will go ahead and just grab a couple of cactus fruit because we are a little bit low on energy foods, and they are honestly a fantastic energy food, especially now that we've hit foraging level 10 and we get the best quality ones that we possibly can. It doesn't look like there's going to be too many of them laying about, but maybe we can get like one more would be fantastic. Please? Okay, maybe not. Wow, that's right. Okay, there's at least one more. That'll do. All right, now we'll head up to Sandy and buy those beet seeds. Then it's straight back to the farm to get everything planted up. And all right, here we are back at home. And I've organized things in such a way that these cover one sprinkler. This is one sprinkler, this is one sprinkler, this is one sprinkler, and then this is like 6 additional sprinklers. And the reason we got all those cranberries is purely just for profits. I need to make sure that I don't plant over here either, so I'm going to be careful with that. But I'll get all of these planted up, and then we will go from there. And that is all of our crops planted. And from here, it's just the gargantuan effort of watering absolutely everything. So enjoy the time lapse for that. And that is everything watered. Fantastic. All right, I'm going to move some stuff around in my inventory. This palm fossil can just be sold. Everything else can go back in their chests. We have 2 aged legend roe ready to go, which is amazing. Those are both going to get sold for a grand total of $10,000. The slime egg is going in here. We'll eventually give that to Marlin as a present. And I think we should probably go ahead and deal with our farm cave since we still have a tiny bit of time left. I'm glad we managed to get everything done. It's always a stressful day on the first of the month, I'm not gonna lie, but I hope you guys enjoyed the quick little time lapses and didn't have to sit through it quite as much as I did. And we'll go ahead and continue dehydrating mushrooms, get the rest of those sold, and then it's pretty much time for bed. We do have, oh, actually, before we go to bed, there's some broccoli seeds, which we should definitely plant up. I believe that's 5 in total, which is honestly a pretty decent amount. I would, of course, need to place down another sprinkler in order to get that to happen. But I think I'm okay with that. I think I am indeed okay with that. Let's grab out 1 additional iridium sprinkler. We will go ahead and actually, before we do that, let's also check in here to make sure there's nothing else we need to grow, such as the rare seeds. We also have pumpkin seeds in here, and summer squash seeds can't grow, but we have broccoli seeds, and that should be pretty much everything. From there, we should be able to just go ahead and throw down another sprinkler here. I don't know if we'll get this entirely done before we have to go to bed, but we can try. Alright, 5 broccoli seeds going down, 2 rare seeds, and 9 pumpkin seeds that we got from, I believe, the museum are all now in. Can we water them all before it is too late? It's 1:30 in the morning. We should get close. There is the last one done, and perfect. 1:40 in the morning. Let's head inside, pat the dog, and go to sleep for the night. Amazing. A successful first day of fall, if I do say so myself. We made an additional 10 grand from the fishing, 6,400 from the quality sprinklers that we sold. So that's kind of nice, bringing us up to 17,245 gold on the first of fall, I should say. I was about to say spring, but it is definitely fall. All right, that is fantastic. I didn't thoroughly check my chests to make sure that everything was right, but we can probably do that now. If there's anything that still needs to be planted, I'm sure it's not going to be a big deal. Summer squash we can't plant. Shrub seeds is summer, so that's not going to happen. And everything else in there is absolutely fine. Perfect. All right. What are we lacking in terms of materials? We don't have a ton of gold, so let's go ahead and get some more gold smelting up just so that we have some. And then I will go ahead, deal with the animals, deal with the farm. I'll probably also add the decorations down here, and we will go from there. And we also get our very first truffle. We will be saving that for the chef's bundle. There should be plenty more to come before fall is over, but that is the very reason I wanted to get pigs before too late. We will go, of course, continue processing all of our milk into cheeses. And yeah, that should be fantastic. We also have some tappers ready to be harvested. We do still need to add more up here. And I honestly would kind of like to do that today if we have the resources for it. And since we're down here, we can probably go ahead and harvest our hardwood farm as well. And with that all done, we also found a wild plum, which we'll throw in there. The truffle will go in there. Large eggs are already dealt with. We do need a maple syrup for the bundles as well, and then the rest of my maple syrup is just going to land in there. I also still have 8 quality sprinklers in here. They will probably just get sold, and my chicken eggs will go back in this chest, just because we do need a ton of eggs for all the cooking we eventually plan on doing once we actually upgrade our house. Perfect. With that all done, we need to decide what we are doing today, and this catches my attention. Check the special orders board in town. It is the 2nd of fall, which means if we head straight into town, we should get a brand new type of quest, which I actually really like. There's a couple that give you super good rewards. There's some that are just kind of annoying, but I like them. We'll skip over this cutscene. Most of you have probably seen it before. If you haven't, I don't want to spoil it for you. And with that, the special orders board is now accessible, and we can check what our first order is going to be. Hopefully, it's a nice easy one. If not, I'm going to be a little bit sad. If it's gather a whole bunch of hardwood, I'm going to be honestly a little bit mad about it because we just did that. Yeah, we could absolutely do that. But I think I would rather do this anyway. I'm looking for a big award of bug guts. The juicier, the better. At least that's what the crabs seem to do. 100 pieces should do the trick. So that means we're going to have to go to the mines. And honestly, I don't mind doing that today. We need to collect 100 bug meat and then deliver that bug meat to Willy. It is also Penny's birthday, and we should probably check what she loves. She likes diamonds, emeralds, melons, poppies, and prismatic shards. She'll probably get, if we have a spare melon, I'll give that to her. That's completely fine by me. So let's stop by the farm, grab that. We'll see Penny. And then we'll head into the mines for the day. We'll also grab these since we are here. I believe that is our first crayfish. And I think that's all of the river crab pot fish completely finished. I probably should have put bait back in that, but I completely forgot. So back to the farm. We'll grab something for Penny, find her, and then we'll head to the mines for the day. Now, do we have enough spare melons to do that, or should we just give her, you know, something else? I don't know why you did it that way. There we go. I think I might just give her an emerald, to be completely honest with you. We don't have any higher quality melons, so an emerald will work just as well. We have 16 of them. I think that's absolutely fine. In terms of where she is at the trailer. I'm hoping that we can get in there. I believe we should be allowed to be in there. And then from there, we'll head up to the mines and start killing a whole bunch of bugs, which will also help us work on our monster eradication goals, which is always nice. And thankfully, Penny isn't in her room. We can give her an emerald for the birthday. And that brings us up to 3 hearts with them. Our situation here isn't fantastic, but it's also not terrible. We definitely need to focus more on making friends with people. We just don't really have a whole bunch of love gifts that we can give away willy-nilly. Speaking of love gifts, I think I actually want to make one more detour back to the farm after I fill up these what are they called? Crab pots with some bait. And the reason for that is I want to grab out my slime eggs so that I can give one to Marlin and start working on that friendship so that we can get access to the sewers sooner rather than later. Because we've already met the requirement of donating enough items to the museum. We just need 4 hearts with Marlin. So we'll grab out our green slime egg and then we'll head up to the mines, go into the Adventurers Guild, give him that, and then we'll start slaying bugs. Actually, before we do that, there is one more thing we need from down here, and that is our Burglar's Ring. Because obviously we are slaying monsters, and we are trying to collect bug meat. So the better the chance we have of getting that from them, the faster this will go. Alright, there is a Marlin, and there, good sir, is your slime egg. That is 2 hearts. We will continue to do that as much as we remember to. And yeah, that should be good. All right, from here on out, I'm just going to head down to level 10 in the mines, rinse and repeat floors 10 to 30, and try and get as much bug meat as I possibly can. And it's just dawned on me we should probably be actually doing levels 20 to 30 because that's when the floor ones start to spawn. So we'll do that instead because they also drop bug meat and there's generally a lot more of them. These little guys is the ones that I was talking about. And we should have this pretty much done with these 2 bugs. There it is, 100 bug meat. We can now go home for the day. Marlin is around. We can't give him anything. We've already spoken to him today. That is fine. Let's head home. I mean, that's pretty impressive. That's how powerful the Burglar's Ring is, my guys. It is so good. That quest is done in less than a day. Oh, I love it so much. All right, let's clear out the inventory. We got 2 red mushrooms in there, 3 dwarf scroll ones, and a couple of rubies, which will translate to more spicy eel the next time we go ahead and do that. I will just quickly make sure to grab out all of that bug meat because it did quick stash with everything else. And then since we are here, let's go ahead and make some more bars. And honestly, we're probably going to do this with iridium. We don't necessarily need the iridium, but it is nice to have something to sell if we need quick money later on. So we'll do exactly that, and they can all get stored back in there, and then we can go to bed for the night. Fantastic. Day 2 of this episode is complete. That is Fall 2 done. Another $3,600 worth of sprinklers and 3 gold for the dwarf scrolls. Amazing. All right, we need to start thinking about upgrading our farmhouse. Is our coop all the way upgraded? I think it might be at this point, which is very, very nice. We do have a lucky day today, so that is something to keep in mind. None of our crops should have grown just yet, but we do have a little bit of pine tar to harvest up. And I did mean to look at whether or not we can craft more tappers, because that is something I would like as well. This surely can't have that long to go. 2 days left until we get our very first dinosaur. I'm looking forward to that. There's also an egg here somewhere that... Oh no, I got them all. That's right. It's okay. We don't have to worry about that. All right. We'll deal with our animals. I will go ahead and harvest up that other pine tar. Then I will have a look to see whether or not we can make more tappers. And then I honestly think we're just heading straight back to Skullgavin today. Because we can. Simple as that. So let's get these processing, and I will probably meet you on our way out to Skull Cavern. We also harvest up our trees that grow crops in fall, and Marnie wants some amaranth. We already have that planted. That'll be absolutely okay. Now we do need to keep some of these. We need 3 of these, I believe, for the fodder bundle, so they are going to go immediately in there. Persimmon is required for dye, and the other one that we got is just our money bags. Okay, they can just immediately be sold. That is absolutely fine. We don't need the pine tar for anything. That's all good. All right, do we need any of those at all is my question. Persimmon we don't need. Apples we will need a couple more. We need 1 for the Artisan bundle. Oh no, that's vanilla. We need 1 for cranberry candy, and that's it. So we will keep 1 of those eventually, but we don't need any of these persimmons, so they can just get sold. That'll get sold. That'll get sold. Honestly, I think I'm just going to sell my cheese as well. Pine tar I will keep on me. The eggs are going back into this chest. We should be fairly close to having enough eggs. Cheese is going to be my food, although we might need more for a Skull Caverns run. That's fine. Bug meat will go down to Willy, and then the pine tar can just live in here for the moment. Now, in terms of crafting more tappers, that's wood and copper. We have plenty of wood, but copper is a bit of an issue, and we need that for kegs as well, which I would like to get running sooner rather than later. I think I'm going to do 15 kegs for the moment. I will grab out my starfruit, or at least 15 of my starfruit, and we can get this starting to process as well, which I think will be amazing. All right, these are just going to run all the way across here in a nice little line, and then we can drop starfruit into each of them. And that should make us a decent amount of profit, which is going to be amazing. All right, from there, we need to go down to Willy's to deliver that bug meat, but I would also like to go to the desert today and do a little bit of Skull Cavern things. So we'll grab a desert totem. We will grab a warp totem to the farm. Diamonds I will take. Triple shot espresso I will take. Rubies I will take. Bombs I will take. We could just take crab cakes. No, they overwrite things. Never mind. And I'll take the Master Slingshot, and that should be everything we need. Let's just quickly have a look and see if we can make any more bombs. We can make a ton of mega bombs, which is always nice to see, and we can also make 69 regular bombs, which I think I will just do. Get that out of the way. All right, from there, I will also grab a warp totem to the beach. Leave the things that I don't need behind. I'm going to keep my copper hoe on me because I've been seeing a lot of forage around the desert, and I would also like to do a cactus fruit run because we don't have a lot of food options at the moment. But with that, I think we are pretty much set to just go ahead and warp to the beach. I'm hoping that I didn't forget anything. I might have. And from the beach, we can do a little bit of foraging since we're going in to see Willy anyway. We can go ahead and grab this. A couple of mystery boxes, always nice. I might even go ahead and do the opposite side of the beach as well, just because I haven't been over here in a little while, and I'm still looking for a conch shell. I don't know if they spawn. No, there's nothing there that I'm particularly interested in. Okay, down to Willy's. We'll deliver the bug meat, and then warp straight to the desert. Bug meat has been delivered, and that will give us an additional $3,000. And we can go in here to Willy and sell him out 4 clams for an additional 600. All right, I'm going to clean up my inventory real quick, and then we'll walk to the desert. Off to the desert we go. I'm not going to spend too long looking for cactus fruit. I will grab the ones that I can see and leave the rest because I don't want to spend too much time doing this, waste a whole bunch of time, and then not get as deep in the mines because of it. And grab a whole bunch more triple shot espresso, 2 spicy eel, which isn't as many as I would have liked to get, but you know, it's better than nothing. And we have 2 cactus fruit, which should help us out with our healing while we're going. I think I saw one additional one a little bit further down on the way to the mines, so we'll also grab that. And you know what, let's grab this little artifact spot as well, because you never know when you might need something. And yeah, we need that. Perfect. All right. Now we'll head into Skull Caverns, eat ourselves a spicy eel. And I think I'm going to keep the Burglar's ring on today because we don't have a lot of spicy eel. And if we're killing serpents, they have a chance to drop it for us, which would just be nice. So that is the plan for today. There is combat level 10. We love to see it. The only thing we are missing now is our farming skill, and that, with the amount of cranberries we planted, should go up in absolutely no time at all. There is another rabbit's foot, which is amazing. You'll love to see it. And already our inventory is completely full. Green flannel jacket can probably go away. I'm probably not going to collect sap for the day. And other than that, it's mostly in food. So once we eat these 2 cheese, we'll have another spot there. And I think that'll be good. We should be okay. That is the Monster Slayer done for mummies as well, which is always nice. We are slowly but surely getting through them. What do we have left? 6 bats, 2 duggies, 150 magma sprites, pepper rex, 39 of those, 21 rock crabs, 147 serpents, 21 skeletons, 461 slimes. That'll just happen slowly over time, and 84 void spirits. So still quite a long way to go, but we're definitely getting there. Our first prismatic shard of the run. We just need to figure out where it's going. I'll probably just ditch the hardwood, to be completely honest. Our first treasure room. Oh, beautiful. Our second auto petter. I love to see that. I love our auto petters so much. Once our animals are up to full hearts, we no longer have to worry about them at all. Especially once we have auto grabbers and auto petters, we can just leave them. As long as there's enough hay, they'll get auto fed, auto patted, and all of their loot will be auto collected. Just absolutely amazing. The question is, do we want to collect all of these bones or not? And I don't know. We could put them into a bone mill and then we'd get a whole bunch of fertilizer back, but at the same time, do I really want to drop anything in favor of them? And I think the answer to that question is unfortunately no. So we're going to leave all of those bones there. We didn't manage finding any more dinosaur eggs, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh, and there we have it. The first time I have died in the mines. Well, hopefully we didn't lose anything too important. If we did, we can get it back, but yeah, that's a little rough. Thankfully, it was pretty much the end of the day anyway. I'm just now concerned that I won't be able to get back home. We have lost 2 items, one of which was a prismatic shard and 8 triple shot espressos, which is essentially the same as losing 8 diamonds. So that's honestly probably the worst 2 things that I could have lost. The only thing that could have been worse than that is if I lost my auto petter. That would have made me very, very sad. But we now need to get home ASAP, so I am going to use the warp totem to do just that. Alright. Not a terrible haul. It could have been better if we didn't die. The auto petter is honestly the only thing I super duper care about that we had on us, so I think that is honestly actually a pretty decent result. Alright, let's get all of our items stashed away. We will be selling the red mushrooms, selling the Age Legend row that we just picked up, and that's pretty much it. Alright, the rest of this needs to be organized, and then we are heading to bed. And with that all done, I think it is indeed time to go pat the dog and head to bed for the night. Another Skull Caverns run complete. We pick up a brute with level 10 combat. Absolutely amazing. And we've got a little bit of cash. I think tomorrow I might like to start upgrading the house. We don't need too much else. I would like some more fish ponds as well, but I think the house upgrade is just that little bit more important. The bookseller is also in town today, so getting Monster Musk might be on the cards as well. Of course, the first thing we need to do every single day, apart from, you know, check this. The wizard wants ghosts slain. I don't know if I could be bothered today. The first thing we need to do is do all of our farm chores. So we're going to harvest up our tappers that we can harvest up, if I can find the one that is actually harvestable. Deal with our animals and then figure it out from there. Plus, we'll place our auto petter down in our chicken coop, and that is going to live right over there. Oh, fantastic. That's going to be so, so good. And we're not processing the chicken eggs yet, like I said, because we are still saving a whole bunch for recipes. 2 truffles today. Let me quickly check how many we actually need. In terms of truffles, it's just 1 for the chef's bundle. The rest can be turned into truffle oil, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing. So we'll throw a truffle in there, a truffle in there. We do also need to sell one eventually, so I might keep the next one and actually just sell it. But otherwise, that'll be fine. We also got our very first fur wax. That is an exotic foraging, which... Did we have anything else in here that was exotic foraging? Because I think we only need 1 more to be able to complete that. No. Alright, perfect. One of our fur waxes can go in there, and the other will go there for the moment. Where is my gold star cheese? That must be in one of these chests. Yes, it is. I'm going to leave that on me. We're going to produce that in infinite amounts, so I don't really have to worry about that so much. The birch water can also come out of there. That should be in a different chest entirely as well. That'll live there. And then we will go ahead and sell our cheese, our dried common mushrooms, our common mushroom, and that is about it. Then I'll go ahead and start smelting a little bit more iridium up, just in case we need the money later on, which I think we probably will. And then we'll head into town, go see the booksellers, see if they're selling anything interesting, potentially pick up some monster musk, which I am somewhat excited to use. And then probably go and upgrade our house. Let me just quickly double check what that requires. I think it's just stone and wood, but you know, I always like to check these things because if I don't, then I'll get there and I won't have the right ingredients and I'll be sad. I'll have to run back home. All right, the first one is just 450 wood and $10,000. We can absolutely do that. 425, 450 wood. Fantastic. All right, with that in our inventory, I think it is time to head into town. The only quest was the ghost. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to worry about that. All right. We'll go do our chore. Actually, since we are coming into town, we may as well grab some community center bundle items and do that as well. So I'll grab those out. We'll head up there and we'll go from there. The fodder bundle is now complete, and I honestly think we should be able to finish quite a few of these today. We get our very first heater. We definitely need to buy another one of those. Apparently I already put my rabbit's foot in here, so I don't know why I grabbed that. When do we get a pomegranate? That's a great question. Do we not have pomegranates on our farm? I own 0. That's not good. Pomegranate seed. Bears fruit only in the fall. Okay. There might be a pomegranate on our farm. Oh, it might be one of the ones that I cut down and it'll grow a little bit later. I'll check that when I get home. But yeah, we definitely need to find ourselves a pomegranate. Nautilus shell is winter only. We can put in the persimmon and the aquamarine. We're just waiting for a duck feather. We need to buy ducks at some point. That is another good point. I don't think I have anything for the fish bundle, so let's head over here. I think we can now complete the animal bundle, which will be very nice. Artisan bundle is also complete with that jelly that we bought from the trader. That will net us another keg. Fantastic. Animal bundle is also now complete. Perfect. That gets us an additional cheese press. Fall crops we don't have yet, but this should be very, very easy. We've got all of these things planted. And quality crops, we're just waiting on 5 gold star pumpkins. That will unlock the greenhouse, which means we can then move all of our fruit trees into there and get that done. Exotic foraging, we will donate the fur wax, or I think it was fur wax. I'm not 100% sure anymore. That gives us autumn bounty. Fall foraging, we can donate a wild plum and a blackberry. We still need a hazelnut and a mushroom colony. I might try and get those today. And then winter foraging, we obviously need to wait for winter. I believe that is everything that I wanted to donate. I didn't donate the maple syrup. So let's go ahead and go back there and do that. And then we will head up to Robin's from there. All right, the only things we need here is candy, a fried egg, and a marquee roll. Both of these require us to upgrade our house, which is what we're about to do now. Hi Robin, can you please upgrade my house for 10,000 gold and 450 pieces of wood? Amazing. I would love to get the big chest. I kind of prefer the big stone chest, if I'm being completely honest, but yeah, I mean, we're going to need to buy all of these things anyway. I just want to save a little bit of money because we are heading to the bookseller and they can be very expensive. I would love to get old slither legs, and I think I will. It's only 25,000, and then I'm also going to buy myself a combat quarterly. That is for the sole reason that I can trade it in for a monster musk, which will just help us get our monster eradication goals done all that much faster. We should definitely also be saving any mining monthlies we find, just because the extra coal is very nice. You can get some pretty nice things from in here, so keep this in mind when you're getting books. Whether or not you want to read them for the experience, which you might not need if you've completed mastery already, or if you want to trade them in for different things. All right, from here, we are going to read Old Slither Legs. That just makes it so we move a little bit faster in long grass and the like. And what else are we doing? We have Monster Musk on us. I honestly think we should probably just do a little bit of foraging today. I'm going to go down to the secret woods and get that done because I think that will be useful. We may as well put down our additional keg as well. And instead of putting, starfruit in that, I think I actually would like to make up a little bit of coffee. And to do that, I think I would also like a few more kegs. Maybe 3 kegs for coffee is a decent amount. That is, of course, going to require a little bit more iron, so we'll get that smelting up before... Actually, we've got iridium in there at the moment. Okay, never mind. We will, however, put our rabbit's foot away. I'll put the heater... Well, I'll keep the heater in my inventory because I do want to put that in one of my coops. Pretty much everything else can be sold. Do we need... How many blackberries do we need? We need 3 plus the community center one. So I will go ahead and store 3 of those. Actually, let's just store all of those blackberries. That'll be fine. Monster Musk I'm going to leave with me just because I want it to be available when I need it and I am likely to forget it. I actually don't think we really need the cheese press, so it's just going to go in this chest for the moment and we'll worry about that later. And then the Autumn's Bounty is just going to get sold. From here, I am going to head down to the secret woods, find all the forageables that I can get. Then I might even head up to the summit and grab the forageables from there as well before I entirely forget to do that. I don't know if you guys saw that out of the corner of the screen, but there is my pomegranate tree. I knew I had one somewhere. I didn't know where it was, but we have one. And now we have pomegranates, which is for the Enchanter's Bundle. Alright, so the only thing we still need for the fall foraging is a hazelnut. So I'm going to run down this way and just sort of hope that I see one. If I don't, it's not the biggest deal in the world. I'm sure we'll find one eventually. But, you know, if we can find one today and get that done, that would be nice. And we have our cutscene from Willy because we managed to give him all of the bait. And we learn to make the quality bobber, which is fantastic. I love the quality bobber. It's one of my favorite bobbers in the game. It means all of the fish that you catch will pretty much be iridium, assuming that you're casting it into deep enough water. I actually am not 100% sure on what the crafting recipe for that is, and I would like to quickly check to make sure that we can make it. So it is copper, sap, and solar essence. Honestly, not too bad. Not too bad at all. And since it's raining, there is one fish in particular that we can only catch when it is raining and at nighttime, and that is the walleye. Now, I don't particularly care about the quality of this fish, so I'm just going to cast this here until I catch one, and then we'll move on. And there is our very first walleye, I should say. That is amazing. We can grab this prize ticket. Head in here. I don't think we get anything good this time, but the next one that we get will be that star drop tea. I mean, 3 mystery boxes is fine. It is what it is. I'd rather the tea any day of the week, but that is okay. All right, a decent amount of things today. Lots of forage, plenty of forage actually, and it's all iridium quality, which I absolutely love to see. I am quickly going to swing out this way, still searching for that hazelnut, and then I think I'll swing by the community center on the way home. Well, we didn't find a hazelnut, but at the very least, we can donate the last fish for the night fishing bundle, which is going to be amazing. That'll give us a glow ring that we absolutely don't need. And the only thing left to catch is the tiger trout, which is 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. on like Cindersap Forest River, Town River, places like that. So we'll get that very, very soon as well. And since we're here, we may as well donate the mushroom colonies that we found for fall foraging as well. I believe that is all we can donate that is in our inventory. And with that, I'll probably take the long way home up through Robbins. Maybe even go to the summit, like I said this morning. I completely forgot about it. And then we'll head home. And to my surprise, we're actually finding goldenrod up here. And I thought it was meant to be something else. Goldenrod is... Oh, okay. It's found in summer and fall. And then the ferngill primrose is only found in spring. That makes sense. So we don't really need to go back up to the summit at all in fall. We will go back up in winter. I don't know if anything spawns up there at that point, but we will just check to make sure. All right, and we are officially back home. I didn't donate my pomegranate to the community center, so that is going straight in this chest. I don't believe we need more than the one. No, we need one for the enchanters bundle, and it's an option for the artisan bundle, but that is already complete. So just the one of those. The heater was not meant to go in there, and then we'll sell a whole bunch of other stuff. I am going to start keeping a lot of my fish just because we will require them for recipes later on, but a whole bunch of this can be sold at the moment. All right, with that, it is midnight. I think I would like to go ahead and place this heater down just because otherwise I'll forget and it'll stay in my inventory for absolutely forever. You do want to have heaters in your coop and your barn before winter, just to make sure that your animals stay nice and happy and healthy. Perfect. With that, I think it is time to go to bed. Actually, before we go to bed, let's smelt up a little bit more iron. And do we need 60 iridium bars, or should we sell it and grab ourselves the big backpack tomorrow? I think that's what we should do. Absolutely. I'm going to sell 50 iridium bars for 50,000 gold. I am slightly regretting not taking the increased sell price of bars, but, you know, it is nice having coal without having to worry about it too much. We also get a stone owl in the middle of the night. Amazing. I think that's our second one now. Perfect. All right, we make a decent amount of money on the day, 58,000 gold, mostly due to those iridium bars, and we come into day 5 of fall in our very first year, and we are looking very, very good. For perfection, I think. We might be missing way more than I think we are, but for now, it's going pretty well. We also get our very first harvest of the year, which is some bok choy. I am going to save all of that, even though it's of miscellaneous quality. I don't think we need 4 of them, If we were just keeping what we needed, we would only need the one, but you never know when someone might ask for it. So I will keep those on hand. From there, I'm going to harvest up my entire farm, go check on my animals, and we will go from there. And we get our very first truffle oil as well, which is amazing. That sells for 1,065. That will sell for more once we switch our perks over to the Artisan perk, once we get level 10 farming and switch it over because I made a mistake there. But that is lovely. I do believe we need a little bit of truffle oil. We need one to craft a rain totem, and we need one for the Mayor's Needs quest. And it's optional for the Artisan bundle, but again, that is already complete. So we just need these two, and then from there we can sell the rest without too much concern. Fantastic. I'll continue on. With that additional iron too, we can now craft an additional 2 kegs, and that will allow us to start producing our own coffee, which is going to be just lovely. Now, coffee is pretty quick to make. That only takes like 2 hours, so we will be refilling that relatively often. And with that in mind, I am just going to keep that on me so that I don't have to worry about it. In terms of what we have to do today, Traveling Merchant is in town. We should check the bulletin board. Sandy wants a catfish. That's probably not going to happen. It is also Elliot's birthday, and we would like to do something about that. They like crab cakes, pomegranate, prismatic shards, and rabbit's feet. I think you will get crab cake because for some reason I've been saving them. And I'm happy about that now. All right, from there, I honestly think that we still need way more coal, so I might do a mines run today, floors 45, 55, and 65, but I'm going to use the monster musk and my burglar's ring and just see how much coal is possible to gather in a single day. But first, of course, we're going to head down to the Traveling Merchant. We'll go find Elliot, give them their birthday present, and then we'll head to the mines. There is a rare crow we don't yet have, so that is nice to see. Then we'll check on where Elliot is. He is at home on the beach. I'm hoping he comes out at some point. Let's just have a look at this. At 11, he'll walk to Pelican Beach. So with that in mind, I might go up through town. I will head to Pierre's, and I am finally going to buy myself the final modded backpack upgrade, giving us an additional row of slots, which I think is going to be fantastic. We have a little cutscene with George that we'll just skip over. And up at Pierre's, we can now buy the backpack upgrade with 48 slots for 50,000 gold. Was that a wise investment at this point in the game when we still need so much money for other things? No. Am I going to be happy that I now have all of this inventory room? Absolutely. From now on, I probably won't store my tools when I do Skull Cavern runs. I probably should, but just to make it a little bit more balanced, I'm pretty much going to carry all of my tools all of the time. That way I always have what I need, and you know, you guys won't yell at me for using a mod that increases my inventory room. That's my trade-off, at the very least. Maybe later on when we're doing, you know, things at the island farm and stuff, we will manage our inventory a little bit more, but for right now, I'm not going to worry about it too much. And unfortunately, Elliot still got an hour before they come out, so that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We'll just hang around here for a little bit. Maybe we'll go in, talk to Willy, see what's going on, and then come back out and give them their birthday present before heading back up to the mines. Actually, you know what we can do? We can do a little bit of fishing because we still have all of the fall fish to catch. So let's go ahead and do that. There is our very first albacore. And for some reason, the game just doesn't want to give us the sea cucumber. Before he leaves, I will just quickly go ahead and give Elliot their crab cakes because I would hate for him to leave, go back inside, and then not be able to do that. The plan was to go to the mines today, but this sea cucumber is proving more difficult than I would like it to be. So I'm going to hang around here until I try and catch one. And there it is, our very first sea cucumber. I think I will save my monster musk for another day, just because I think I would like a full day of monster musk before I do that. But it is only 1:50 in the afternoon, and I should probably go see Willy buy more bait before I do absolutely anything. But I'm thinking I may as well, since I'm in a fishing mood at the moment, go ahead and try and catch as many of the full fish as I possibly can. Now, we could buy to the deluxe bait, which is technically better, but it's so expensive. I think I'd just rather pay 5 gold per bait, get a slightly increased fishing rate, and call that a day there. I will, however, go ahead and buy myself a dress spinner or two, just to make this a little bit quicker. I know it's a little bit of a waste of money since we can make them ourselves, but we're here, and they're available, so that is what it is. And then the fish here is basically just the tiger trout, I believe. And then that should be the community center fishing bundle complete entirely, which is very, very nice. So if we manage to catch one, we will probably go up there and finish that off. And there is our first salmon as well, which is very, very nice to see. And there it is. And there is our tiger trout. Now, we still have to catch ourselves a midnight carp and a bull trout. The bull trout is from Stardew Valley Expanded, and that is at the forest. But the midnight carp, yeah, no, let's go to the forest first because we can actually catch the midnight carp over there as well. But first, let's go ahead and finish this off. This is for the glittering boulder being removed. Throw that tiger trout in there. We'll get one last reward from this bundle, which is going to be 30 deluxe bait, which is actually kind of nice. And that is that finished. Absolutely fantastic. 3 bundles down, 3 bundles to go. We are very, very close to being able to complete the community center, which I love to see. All right, from here, I am going to go head over to the forest. Try and catch myself a bull trout. That spawns any time of the day in any weather, so that should be very, very nice. There is our bull trout, which is all but one of the full fish caught. And then from there, I think we need to wait until 10 p.m. anyway for the midnight carp to start spawning. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue searching for that one hazelnut that we need. Still no luck, but I am going to go down through Forest West, see if I can maybe find one down here. I'm not going to go the full length of this, but I'll grab any forage that I can see, assuming that I have the inventory room for it. And then we'll head back over to Cindersap Forest to grab ourselves the mountain carp. I may have to throw some things out of my inventory because we are rather full, but that's okay. There's some stuff in here that I don't care about even a little bit. And still no luck. I'm sure I must have walked past like 3 or 4 by now, so don't be shy in the comments to leave a timestamp when you see a hazelnut that I could have picked up that I absolutely missed. But with that, we are going to do a little bit more fishing down here. It is now 10 o'clock, which means the midnight carp should start to spawn, and we'll see if we can't catch one of those. And there we have it. And there is our midnight carp. And I believe that is now all of the full fish completely caught. We have the salmon, the sea cucumber, the midnight carp, the tiger trout, the bull trout. The kittyfish is also available in fall, but we can't do it just yet until we get, I believe, a special order for it. So yeah, effectively that is all of the fall fish that can be caught currently. Fantastic. All right, from here, I'm just going to go ahead, clean up my inventory, and probably just head straight to bed. All right, with that done, it is midnight. There isn't really anything that we can do for the rest of the day. Everything is pretty much taken care of and handled. So we will go ahead, pat the dog, and sleep for the evening. The Junimos will be hard at work clearing out of that glittering boulder down there, which is amazing. That means we'll get our very first pan, and we can start panning if we want to. Probably won't do any of that until we reach Ginger Island, but it is what it is. I also noticed that our truffles sell for $12.50, and I think the truffle oil sold for less than that, so we might not even be processing our truffles in the short term. It might not just not be worth it until we get the artisan profession, which I would like to do. Speaking of, we don't have a lot to do today. We've just got to harvest our crops. Stuffed persimmons has been learned from Andy, and fertilizer from Jody. Fantastic. I will go ahead and refill these coffee kegs because I would like to make as much coffee as humanly possible. Empty these out, harvest all crops, deal with our animals. You guys know the deal by now. Let's go ahead and jump into it. And we get our first dinosaur, and that means we need to spin the wheel and name this guy. So this is going to be Kiesel. Welcome to the farm. Thank you for supporting the channel. I will go ahead and grab out another dinosaur egg and start incubating that because I would like to have more than one. But that is going to be amazing. They'll start laying eggs for us in no time at all. And I think we honestly might have enough eggs at this point that we can actually go ahead and start processing them and getting that done. We need some mayonnaise for things anyway, so that'll be very, very nice to see. All right, on to our barn animals, and then we will get on with our day. And all right, from there, since we don't have a ton to do anyway, I think today is the day we use our monster musk, head on over to the mines, and try and get as much coal as humanly possible. We do have the burglar's ring equipped, so that should be absolutely fantastic. We probably should have brought an egg for Marlin, but that's okay. We have monster musk on. That will last for 10 whole minutes. Let's go ahead and find a whole bunch of dust sprites. And honestly, probably a whole bunch of slimes as well, which we need for the monster eradication goals. That is the bat eradication goal complete. And this is exactly the kind of level you want to see. Just so many dust sprites to go ahead and kill, all of which should hopefully give us a bunch of coal. I think we started this floor with like 20 something. Let's see how many we have by the end of it. And that is 42 coal. Half of that is pretty much just from this one floor alone. And our monster musk has just run out, but we did manage to... Oh my... What are you doing? Thank you. Yeah, it has run out, but we did manage to get down to this level before that happened, so obviously the monsters had already spawned. And on the day, that is 256 coal. Absolutely amazing. This also seems like a decent way to farm up dwarf scrolls if you are still looking for them, because we got 4 today. I actually thought we got more than that, but yeah. Also 78 bat wings, 111 sap, and 150 slime. So yeah, if you're looking for any of those things, go and grab yourself some monster musk and head down to floors 45, 55, and 65 in the mines to just get an absolutely insane amount of all of them. All right, with that done, let's go home, let's clean up the inventory, and then let's go to bed. And we made another 5 or so grand on the day, mostly thanks to our money tree, which is proving very, very helpful, keeping us topped off all year round, which is just absolutely lovely. We also get our very first house upgrade, which means we can now cook things. Now, we don't have a bunch of the recipes yet, but that's okay. We are slowly working towards it. We now, at the very least, have a slightly bigger bed. I'm going to move this back over here because, you know, I would still like it to be somewhat quick to get into that bed. We get a little present from Gus, which is very nice. That'll probably, honestly, just get sold. I'm sorry, Gus. I'm sure it's delicious. I just don't need it. And we are, as usual, going to start the day by doing all of our chores. We get our very first mayonnaise. Do we need much of this? We need it for coleslaw and fish tacos. But yeah, that's about it. So we will keep all of the original mayonnaise and then we'll probably eventually end up selling it. Now, like I said, I'm just going to sell the raw truffles because I don't think it gets us any more money by processing it, unless we save it until after we've got the artisan profession. But honestly, I can use the money now, so let's go ahead and use the money now, right? That just makes sense to me. All right, all of our cheese is processing. That is all dealt with. It looks like our legend has produced us a little bit more roe, which is always nice. And these are all ready to harvest as well. So we'll grab all of this oak resin and probably try and... Oh, is that the owl? I found the owl. There it is. There is our stone owl. We'll put that somewhere. Probably just in our decorations chest for the moment. But that'll be all right. All right. The Queen of Sauce is on today, and I completely forgot to watch it. We also need to go down and see the traveling merchant. We will also check the bulletin board. Largemouth bass, we might have one. I don't think we do. I honestly don't think we do, so I'm just going to ignore that. And then, what are we doing today? Well, I would like to start Mr. Quee's quest. Let's have a look in here first. Is there anything we need? No, we already have that rare crow. Perfect. Let's head back up to the house. Let's grab ourselves... what do we need? We need to organize our inventory, and I want to grab myself a battery pack. That is the first goal. I believe we can do this before we've read the thing, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to throw our beets in there. I'm going to keep 10 of them on me. You'll see why soon. The oak resin can, for now, just live in there. Truffles, we may as well keep one just in case we ever need it for anything. I don't think we will, but I will anyway. The legend roe can go ahead and start processing. Our stone owl can go in there. We now have 2 of those. And I will also go ahead and keep all of my mayonnaise for the moment. All right, with that done, we will throw our cheese in there to be sold and grab out a couple of things. The first thing we need is a battery pack. We have beets already. And then I believe it might be in this chest. Yeah, we need a rainbow shell. And I believe we also need a solar essence. I feel like I might be missing a step, but if you guys know what I'm doing, then you absolutely know what I'm doing already. If you don't, then just stay tuned. But I think that's all we need. I think it goes battery pack, rainbow shell, beets, solar essence. I think. Let's find out. I might be missing something, and if I am, we can come back. But from memory, that's what is required. So, first things first, we are going to head this way. Just walk along the road through this tunnel until we find a little thing on the wall. And you can solve this. I believe there's a secret note for it. That's why I'm not 100% sure we can actually start it, but yes, we can. The lockbox swings open. Inside, there's a note. First task is bring a rainbow shell to the train platform. Leave it in the box. From Mr. Quee. So, I will meet you guys over at the train platform. Of course, on the way, we get our little cutscene with Willy. He's going to give us our pan. And we have now acquired the copper pan. One little trick with this, because I hate carrying it around in my inventory and then I'll need it for something and there's nothing I can do. You can actually wear it as a hat. That way, it's always on you, but it's not taking up an inventory slot. Just something that I like to do. All right, up at the train platform, we have our rainbow shell that is going to go directly into this box. And a note comes out. Well done. Your next task is to place 10 beets inside of the mayor's fridge. And that is exactly the reason why we have beets in our inventory. So we're going to head down to Mayor Lewis's house. And we see a hazelnut. We see a hazelnut that is immediately going into the community center. Fall foraging, hazelnut is in, and that is the last item for that. That gives us 34 seeds. Again, we're probably just going to sell them. We're now just waiting for winter to complete the crafts room. Perfect. All right, down to Lewis's house. And we'll go immediately to Mayor Lewis's fridge. Place the beets inside, and there's a note taped to the milk. It's addressed to me. Good job, kid. Your final task, give the sand dragon his last meal. And that means we are heading to the desert. That is our next destination. I'll probably just take the bus. I don't know. No, I'll go home first, clean up the inventory a little bit, and then we'll head to the desert, I think. I'll also make sure I do actually watch the Queen of Swords because we need that recipe in order to complete perfection. I will also take all of my jade with me just so that we can trade that in for things while we're there, and I will also grab a ruby and a diamond since we can trade them in as well. I'm also considering taking all of my Omni Geodes over and trading them in for artifact troves. I think that will be worthwhile. I do just need to grab myself a warp totem to the desert, and then yeah, let's go for the beach because I would like to come back and open all of those artifact troves from there. I also still haven't watched the Queen of Swords, so make sure you remind me before the end of the day. That would be very, very nice. All right, now we just need to go around, collect all the forage because we're here and it's decent forage, and find the sand dragon. There it is. All right, with that, we should be able to go ahead, walk up to its head, and give it a solar essence. That gives us a secret note. You've proven yourself. Check out the pile of lumber next to your house. We will absolutely go ahead and do that as soon as we get home. Perfect. All right, I'm going to continue foraging the desert for a little bit, getting all of the forage that I possibly can, and then we'll head to the beach, where we'll head up to Clint's and open up all of the artifact troves that we buy from the desert trader. All right, we should be able to get a decent amount, 21 artifact troves, grab the spicy eel and the triple shot espresso as well, and all of the staircases that we can afford. Perfect. From there, it is time to head to the beach, and the reason I chose the beach is because it's closest to Clint's, and should be a pretty quick trip up. It is 3:30, I believe. He stops working at 4, but we'll see how we do here. I think it'll be okay. I'll meet you in there and we'll break open all of the artifact troves, assuming we can. And thankfully he is still behind his desk, so these artifact troves can now be opened. And honestly, that was a pretty nice haul. We got the treasure appraisal guide, which makes dinosaur eggs, along with a whole bunch of other artifacts, sell for just a ton more money. We got ourselves a treasure chest, 2 ancient seeds. We needed to craft that in order to get perfection because the first one we turned in, we didn't actually craft ourselves. Otherwise, most of this is pretty boring. Pearls are loved gifts by like a lot of people, so 3 of those is also fantastic. Just all in all, pretty good. I am going to go ahead and read that treasure appraisal guide directly. And then you can see this was 200 before, now it's 600. A whole bunch of stuff just got a lot more profitable to sell, which is very, very nice. Not a lot of the stuff that we actually got, but I promise you it is. Like this ornamental fan, this for sure didn't sell for 900 gold before. From there, we are going to head down to Gunther's. Just make sure that we can't donate any of that stuff, and then go back to the farm, I think. I think that's probably the best way to go. All right, and yeah, we have a whole bunch of new stuff to donate to the museum, so all of this can go in. We get a new reward, which is always nice to see, and 2 new rewards. I wonder if any of them are actually things we want. Probably not. Well, triple shot espresso definitely is. The rest of this, we don't really care about. So with that, it is time to head back to the farm, go inside, and watch the damn TV. We'll head to the bus stop, and we will make our way down to the farm. And then honestly, with the rest of the day, I think I just want to do a little bit more farm cleanup. Make sure everything is organized the way that I want it to. Figure out what I can and can't craft, because there are still things that I would like to craft that I haven't yet, such as more kegs, more tappers, things like that. But I'll clean up this inventory and then we'll come back from there. I will also craft up our first ancient seed as well as another one, and I think I'll plant them today as well. And just for the sake of it, because I know that I will eventually have iridium sprinklers all in here, I am going to replace that singular quality sprinkler with an iridium one, just so that it's, you know, all nice and even. Hoe 2 more spots, throw down some deluxe speed grow, and we can plant our additional 2 ancient fruits. Now, I completely forgot to bring my watering can with me, so they'll just get watered normally. This one has 10 days left, and then we can start duplicating that and slowly but surely filling up that quote-unquote greenhouse, which will be very, very nice. All right. The only thing left to do, I believe, is to go and firstly smelt a little bit more copper up, and then head inside and actually watch the Queen of Swords before we go to bed. I also want to grab a little bit more wood and finally finish up this tiny bit of path that I didn't do before. And while we're here, let's talk about grass. Some of this grass is good, some of it is not as good. All of the blue stuff will increase the friendship with your animals so much faster than the regular. So we are going to try and clear out as much of the regular stuff as we possibly can to allow that blue to spread, to make sure our animals are only eating the best of the best, and that will raise up our friendship with them so much faster. Now, you got to be a little bit careful because you don't want all of the grass to be gone, but as much of the non-blue as possible should be out of here. I'm hoping that I've left enough that this will still grow. Thankfully, we don't have that many animals in here, so they should be okay. There isn't quite as much in here, so yeah, we've got to be quite careful, but if you can sort of selectively get this to get out of here, that is beneficial. If you have the iridium scythe and you've like thrown away your old one or something, I'd recommend just using a sword for that so that you can have a little bit less of an arc while you're doing it. And there's one little tiny piece there that we managed to get. Perfect. With that done, I believe that is all I really needed to do today. And that should be good. I am just going to quickly scythe this up because this will not be grass in the long run. And I don't really want it there. Looks like our silo is full because we are no longer getting any more grass from this. And that's fine. We don't mind. We're losing a little bit, but we have such a large farm that we're not really concerned about how much grass we have. With that all said and done, I will go ahead and do one final batch of copper because we are going to need a ton of it eventually. Switch out this coffee as well, and then I think it will be time for bed. Perfect, that is all done. I don't see anything particularly important left on my to-do list, except, of course, I didn't forget to go ahead and watch the Queen of Sauce and learn how to make tortillas. Perfect. Did we pat the dog today? Yes, we did. We only need we're only 3 hearts away from full with them. That is absolutely amazing. That is another episode done and dusted. If you guys are enjoying the series, make sure to go ahead and leave a like and a comment for the sake of engagement. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Consider becoming a Golden Panda member if you would like your name in the game in the form of an animal, or just a regular member if you would like early access to all of the videos. This is going to be the last video that I put out before I get back from my holiday or vacation. If you're American, I know you guys get confused when I say holiday. But until next time, happy building, happy farming. Bye, guys.